I realized I had entered a committed, toxic relationship with Mr. Snooze. Unfortunately, there were a million reasons why I should have given up this relationship earlier. But the heart wants what it wants. And finally, in 2020, I decided it's enough. What is up, everyone? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why you should never snooze your alarm. You are hurting yourself more for hitting that button. For some people, like me, who are round the clock sleepy, it doesn't matter when I go to bed, whether it's 8 p.m. or 1 a.m., I still struggle waking up anytime earlier than 10 a.m. the next morning. But I also have a job and about 1,000 other side hustles. So long story short, setting alarms and hitting the snooze button is a vicious cycle that I'm intimately familiar with. It might seem beneficial or necessary to get a few more minutes of sleep after your alarm goes off. However, hitting the snooze button is one of the worst ways to start your day and could also have some health repercussions. So hopefully by the end of this video, you get away with these tips to not hit your snooze button, but also be aware of what you are doing to yourself. When you snooze, you lose. Number one, you are interrupting your sleep. Hitting the snooze button is bad for you, and that's because it breaks your sleep. Consistent sleep is way and far much important than longer interrupted sleep. Our body takes 90 minutes to complete a full sleep cycle, continually waking up every after 10 minutes. That extra sleep that you get from hitting your snooze button comes in small chunks and is of low quality, since the snooze session doesn't take long enough for you to complete a complete sleep cycle. Isn't enough for you to complete a complete sleep cycle. Yes. Number two, you start your day with procrastination. When you snooze, you're basically telling your brain that let's postpone waking up a bit. And as subtle as it sounds, you start your day with procrastination and laziness. And for some people, a lazy start makes their whole day lethargic and unproductive. Your brain might consider the inability to rise as a failure, and the same feeling propagates itself throughout the day. You don't want such a day now, do you? I don't think so. Number three, hitting the snooze button literally assaults your heart. You alarm your heart every time you snooze. According to sleep research, it is stated that snoozing is one of the worst things that you can ever do to your sleep. Every time an alarm sounds when you're sleeping, you alarm your heart with a light dose, and each snooze adds on to this cardiovascular assault again for 10 minutes. So for those who hit the snooze button 10 times before we wake up, you're in trouble. With all that information, first, do yourself a favor and go to bed earlier. I know the late night Instagram stalking, the mindless YouTube viewing, Netflix can make such a small task as going to bed seem unachievable, which in fact it is not. Just take it slow, make your bedtime earlier in 30 minutes increments, and gradually you will be able to go to bed at a reasonable time. Second, remove the snooze button. iPhones and most Androids have an alarm clock application where you can easily set and customize your alarm clock. There is an option on iPhones, and I'm pretty sure on Androids too, where you can set whether or not you want a snooze button. And if you don't have an iPhone or an Android, I'm pretty sure you can find plenty of clocks without snooze buttons on sites like Amazon. Third, get your phone away from your bed. Simply solves the checking of messages after tucking yourself into bed, scrolling through social media, or that late night browsing that fuels your mobile addiction. Not only will it prevent you from logging back on when you need a scheduled rest, but it will also force you to get up in the morning to shut off your alarm. All I want for you is to wake up at the right time tomorrow. You will have more time and more control over your day, and to not hit the snooze button. Remember, it does more harm to you than good, and you love yourself so much for that. Be the warrior that you've always dreamt about in those few minutes that you kept snoozing, and start your day fresh. Please share this video with a non-morning person, and let's start this war.